Guys, we are finally back again for another reaction on this here Brbptv reaction vibrations. Guys, be real, be positive, guys. And with that said, welcome to each and every one of you guys who tuned in. And of course, I'm your boy Mr. Felix. Let us get into the vibrations right there. Now, what you're seeing on the screen, brothers and sisters, is none other than Swift Studio. And of course, Hendrica had made her way into Posse, and of course was there for Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday. As you can see below there, Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday at Swift Studios, brothers and sisters. And of course, Hendrica made her way into the studio.
Yes, I. We are back once again. You know, big up Swift Studio. And before the show start, I just want to apologize to the fans and them. It's been a long while. You know, a lot of all you was meeting me and tell me about what about the show. And since, you know, friend President, you know, pass Junior,
may you rest in peace, man. Hopefully he knew the Most High as his Lord and Savior. All right.
You know, like everybody say the show dead and this and that and whatever, but
he did bring life to the show, no doubt about it. He had a kicks, man. He was, yeah, big up Junior one time, aka President.
The show did not die,
aka Celebrity. I used to call him Celebrity.
You know, we just take a break and whatever. Tonight there we have a special guest,
Hendrica.
And everybody know that, yes. You know, that person is popular. And you know, she wanted to come on the show and, you know, just to have a good time with us. So
she wanted to come on the show. Okay, that's interesting. I guess she know about Swift Studios and say, hey, let me come through. Okay. Or maybe they asked her and she wanted to come through. Hey, yeah, I want to do it. Okay.
In a while, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Good evening to my listening public via Facebook from the diaspora and Dominica. Via Facebook from the diaspora. Good evening to my listening public via Facebook from the diaspora and
from the diaspora. So that means you're in the diaspora. Well, Posse is a diaspora, eh, for real. Yeah, man. Posse is a diaspora for real. Posse is its own planet from planet Dominica.
Standing here before you this evening is none other than 25-year-old Miss Hendrica Smith, a proud mother of one handsome son.
That's not going crazy. She's actually sitting down, but I guess that's something that she rehearsed and wanted to put out there.
And is hailing from the beautiful village of Salisbury. Recently, I took part in the Miss International Elegant Mothers Pageant 2023 in St. Martin, where I emerged fourth runner-up. I am also a proud business owner.
Well, first of all, she says she took place in the you had to say 2023. I mean, if you recently, it couldn't be 2022. I mean, it could be wrong, but
where I emerged fourth runner-up. I am also a proud business owner at R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore.
Okay, before we continue that right there, guys, she said she emerged fourth runner-up, which means she came last. She came fourth runner-up out of 5 people, brothers and sisters. So just to put that in perspective, I know a number of persons want to say, oh, she came fourth, as if there was a 5th position. There wasn't a 5th position. She came out last. But of course, they like the confidence that she put out there. And of course, I just had to point this out right there.
At R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore, where we provide stationery supplies, educational charts, graphic designing, business plans, administrative services, and lots more. We are located Upper Salisbury.
You cram that, man. The way she said that is like she crammed that.
Hendrica, I never know that you had your own business.
Yes, I do.
Is it her own or is it one that she's working at? You know, sometimes when you're working at businesses, it's family. We are family. So, you know, we family, man. Not necessarily own, but maybe it's her own. Who knows?
All right. Can you, you know, repeat your, you know, your business name or
But when she just said that, she said a whole paragraph. You forget what she said.
My business name is R&H Stationery Supplies and Bookstore. It's a partnership owned.
Oh, sorry. It's a partner. Okay, sorry. But it's a partnership owned. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Business.
I go through Facebook and, you know, I see certain things like you needed help and this and that, and I see a lot of, you know, bad comments and
Okay, guys, this is why I think we're gonna be going into what Hendrica is saying right there. Let's continue.
Different stupid stuff.
Well, yes, I saw the negativity via Facebook when I was going up for the Miss International Elegant Models pageant, but I did not pay it any mind because negativity kind of break me down. And
that's right.
In spite everything that took place on Facebook about I should step down or I am not the official representative, I still took.
How is she not the official representative when she was the only one going up for Dominica? I don't get it. Anyways,
my confidence, determination, and went out there to St. Martin. That didn't stop me from going where I had to go, and I reached where I had to reach today. So
yes,
trust me, and the hope of a labor right as well, because when Hendrica went there, from my understanding, and of course a number of Mr. Lick's family were telling me what was going on in St. Martin. Hendrica had fees to pay, and she didn't pay those fees, and it was the people who were understanding that she was coming in that decided to band together to pay her to help pay her fees. So Hendrica was entering a competition, and there's a lot of precedence as to why I'm saying this as this time goes on, guys. But let's continue. It's interesting. She went. She had no idea. I guess maybe she didn't know she had to pay fees and this kind of thing. There, hey, let's go up and thing. But you know, the people came through and helped her.
Yes.
And you come fourth place.
But it had
a little dispute between you and another contestant.
What?
Another contestant.
When you say dispute, what you mean?
Like, well, what I heard about that you had to come out fourth place.
Well,
what about that?
Well, I will not go into like touch base on this, but at the end of the day, I did my utmost best, and if I had the support before I left to go to St. Martin, it would have been different.
It would not be different, Hendrica. The support of your country doesn't necessarily mean your performances and what have you would be different. Yes, I understand if you had the support, maybe you might get more resources, maybe different, yes, but you did get that support in St. Martin. So you're talking about supporting Dominica versus support of Dominicans in St. Martin that were actually helping you. It doesn't make a difference. You did get some sort of support. The reason why you were able to compete was because of the support itself. So not necessarily saying, oh, because the people in the country was not necessarily supporting you because they saw you in previous pageants and was wondering, what on earth is going on? Now, guys, this is a very interesting thing right there. And of course, we're going to continue. Let's continue.
So why you did not get any support?
Because when you look back at certain stuff, people is like, they always like, oh, they calling it bullying and stuff. So basically, they always like, who is me to go up and represent Dominica? Who is me to go there? Who is me to do this? And at the end of the day, everybody is human beings.
I agree, everybody's human beings, but you carry yourself in a certain manner for which people then judged you on this. Why a number of persons always say we don't judge. Everybody out there were talking about how Hendrica has been in previous pageants and wondering what on earth is she doing. People have been there asking what on earth is Hendrica doing. But anyways, let's continue.
So you cannot judge somebody by the outer look. You understand where I'm coming from? You have to judge someone by their heart.
Only God sees the heart, my girl. Therefore, you have to judge people based on the actions that they put forth. You judge people of the actions, not by their voice, not by what they say, but by the actions that they put forth. Only God knows the heart of man. So you have to understand that, Hendrica.
So because right now, as you can see, I did went to St. Martin. Yes. And now there is a different aspect saying, oh, yes, she went out there, she did her best. Dominica, we are proud. But at the end of the day, that's supposed to be occurring from the very first instance, not on my journey to St. Martin. And the utmost best I did when I get to St. Martin, thank God to the Dominica Foundation in St. Martin who came on board and sponsored me.
True. But on the basis of how you carried yourself before, this is why people interacted in the way that they say, hey, Hendrica going up. If you know there's a paro, I'm not calling you a paro, but if you know there's a paro on the streets, and the paro say I going for president, or let me move something. I am going up for an accounting position in another job, and you know that person is a paro. You're not going to say, yes, oh, great. People wonder if that business that are hiring that paro have good head because of the actions of the paro. That is how people viewed you based on the previous actions that you emitted before in Dominica. You went to St. Martin and you had, I guess, more people who were looking into seeing, hey, you need to do certain things and carry yourself in a certain way. Even though there were other videos of people showing you doing different things that were kind of strange at the same time in St. Martin. But when you went out, you did much better than you did in Dominica. That's why one of the things that people were propping you up on. A lot of persons were saying that they were surprised as to how you did. I guess they were better chaperones, so to speak, in St. Martin than they were in Dominica, from my understanding. Right there.
Yeah, you get a lot of sponsors, man. Hendrica.
I get small donations, but it's sponsor. It's still something, but
Well,
it's
still,
sponsored.
it's still sponsor. It's not much, but still,
Everything,
they
yes,
help
I
you.
understand.
You know, I'm saying so. Well,
And too many.
Big up to all the Mr. Licks family that actually helped her as well in that regard. Big up to all you. One time.
I want to thank you for representing Dominica. You know what I'm saying?
In terms of my segments at the Miss International Elegant Models Pageant 2023 in St. Martin.
You have to say all that now. Just say at the pageant now. Everybody know which pageant you were. Well, I myself. It's better. It's good to say it because myself I forget what you just said.
I believe that I was very consistent in all my ranks, but in terms of the traditional cultural way, I did lose 10 points because
Why?
I stayed too long on the stage with my Brbptv red dress.
Oh, you had the national wear.
Yes, I stayed too long on the
So
stage.
you had like a limit.
Yeah, the limit
Time
was, I think, 3 minutes.
Oh,
The
so
red
how long
flag
that
had
you
came
stay?
up. I'm not too sure, but the red flag was up. Because the other flag, like when you pass your minutes, the flag goes up,
Oh,
which I didn't see it.
so your chaperone did not like tell that to
Everyone was doing a signal to move on stage, but I thought it was like a cheering signal. So it's like I continue doing my stuff on the stage.
So Hendrica, that's one of the things I've been noticing different trajectories of Hendrica. Hendrica she went to St. Martin. I remember even before she went. In Dominica, they were asking her a number of questions and Hendrica did not know the answer for that. It didn't seem like Hendrica knew much. I guess she went by faith. Faith is what we can say Hendrica went by, because in Dominica, when Emma was asking her a number of questions, it seems like she didn't know the answer to them. When she left to go St. Martin, people were asking her a number of questions that were being told to me, and Hendrica had some fees that she had to pay, and fees were not paid. Hendrica herself probably didn't even know about these fees. And now she's coming back and say about, she lost 10 points as a result of going overtime, and she thought that people were cheering her and whatnot. So apparently, Hendrica, you didn't get the rules. You didn't know the rules of the show. The individuals out there who were in charge of the show came out and say, hey guys, you have 3 minutes for your segment. Did they at least have some sort of booklet to say, hey guys, you need to follow these rules when you're doing your thing so you don't lose any points? Did they say anything like that? Because everybody was signaling for you to come off stage, and it seems like you were continuing, which means you most likely did not know the rules because you thought it was a cheering thing.
Sabotage you, man.
Yes.
They didn't sabotage her. She probably didn't know the rules. The rules were probably given to her and she didn't read the rules. There's a trajectory that you see there,
Hendrica.
But that's okay.
I suspect they sabotage you. That's why, because
They
your chaperone supposed to
didn't know the rules.
give you the heads up.
Yes, they did.
They did give her the heads up. Red flag, and everybody was giving her the signal.
My chaperone did.
Oh, she did.
But
Okay.
I was in my own
Oh,
vibes on the stage.
you was in your own world. I
Yes.
suspect that you see all
Hendrica checking that way the rules. I doing what I want to do.
them people there, and
And then the clap, the that. It's like I thought
Yeah.
it was cheering,
oh,
but it was to move.
and you wanted a little cloud.
Same,
The price. How much was the price? Prices.
The prices?
Price. How much was the price?
I think I passed that question. I don't think
See, that was the problem that I have with when I watched the stuff last night, brothers and sisters. Hendrica refused to ask questions that everybody wanted to know. Everybody wanted to know. Even if you didn't want to answer it, you could answer it in a technical manner where you give the answer but not necessarily give the answer in the first place. if they ask you for the prize, say, you know, the first prize, I mean, obviously there need to be something that would say, oh, the first person gets this, second person, third person, fourth person, fifth person.
How was the question?
I don't think I can disclose the information, but I did receive my prizes for runner.
No, I'm talking about like the first runner-up or whoever that win.
I mean, if you don't want to say what other prizes that you got, but at the same time you can say, okay, the first person was supposed to get this amount, the second person, third person, fourth person. I mean, come on.
The 2,000 whatever.
Well, that's what the person getting. The winner getting 2,000. You are correct.
So it's not anything that is quiet. It's actually there. Put out. What did the second person get? Third person get? This kind of questions. I think that's a relevant question. Don't you think so?
Correct. But in terms of
2,000 US.
Yes, but in terms of the prices and stuff, I would not like disclose them informations there. There are certain things you do not have to disclose on the air though. Confidentiality you have to
Okay.
But wouldn't the prizes be out there? Like when you're participating in a pageant, wouldn't the prizes be out there saying, hey, that person gets, the first person gets this, or the second person gets this? Because if you don't put this out there, then if, depending on how much people show up, you can then say, okay, you know what, guys, I'm going to change the prize. Because if the person who is competing don't even know what they're going to be getting in the first place, then they can just simply change the prizes later on, and that can stave the contestants who are putting in the work.
Confidential.
About the Queen show. You take part in the Queen show?
Mother's Queen show?
Yes.
I'm not too sure.
Why not? Why not?
I think the asker will she be taking part in any other pageantry?
Sure. You take part in the Queen show?
Mother's Queen show?
Yes.
I'm not too sure.
Why not? Why not?
Dominic cannot for me. That's what I'm getting. What she's saying right there.
Well, I have to think about my journey in moving forward.
What is your journey?
That's a good question.
I have to think about that. If
I'll think about your journey,
be partaking in any more shows, or if I will call it to an end. But
didn't you say you have a passion for this? Didn't you say you have a passion for it? Then how are you thinking? I mean, obviously if you have a passion for something, then obviously you want to go into more.
I have to think about that. If I'll be partaking in any more shows, or if I will call it to an end. But I always love pageantry, but at the same time,
I know that since I know
my decision.
You just cutting off the girl.
Of partaking in another show.
Since I know you, Hendrica, you've been taking a lot of part in different things, you know what I'm saying? Different pageants or whatever. So when you...
But to take part in a pageant, nothing wrong.
You're cutting him off now.
Wrong in taking part in a pageant. Once you have the right support team, you can make it in life, you know.
So when you were going to school, did you take any part in that?
Yes, I did.
You won?
I may partake in about...
He didn't. He asked if you won any. That's a vital question right there. Did you win any of the pageants that you took place?
8 pageants.
8 pageants. Did you win any of them?
You serious?
This will make it the 9th.
Woo! Did you win any of them, or did you place the same position that you placed in the last one?
What?
Or maybe more. Yes, 9th.
You're popular with that.
Because I have a passion for pageantry, as I will tell you.
So if you have a passion for it, that's what I'm saying before, you know, if you have a passion for it, then why are you talking about, oh, you're not sure if you're going to continue or you're going to stop? If you have a passion for it, you should continue. Not true.
So,
all right, that's nice. That lifts your spirit up or whatever, man. You're confident up, you know. Not much people that just do that or whatever. And the same old people that was, you know, saying nasty stuff about you, you know, they can do that, what you're doing.
Correct.
Well, they can. I mean, if they have the right set of people around them, like Hendrica is saying, they can also do it as well. It's confidence, true, but you also have to have the right set of people who can teach you what to do, what you need to do.
You know,
if Hendrica can do it, anybody else can do it.
They can do that. You know, I say it because put them on the stage, a set of nonsense that they're going to do, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, in hindsight, when you look at Hendrica's previous performances on stage, it was nonsense. So, I mean, yes, they are doing nonsense, but Hendrica was doing nonsense as well. She probably got better as a result of the new set of people that she was able to work with, you know, and as a result, she got better. But I mean, previous things that Hendrica was doing was kind of insane.
You know, it's so good, man, Hendrica.
Well, when you look at it, every have negativity. You don't have to be strong.
True.
You can prevent people from talking.
True.
Yeah, that's true. You'd always have haters on.
But people can say what they want about me. I'll still do my positive stuff. So that kind of break me.
But that's a good attitude to have, though, Hendrica. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind of the truth of the matter. You came last. You did better when you left to go overseas, but you still came last. A number of persons are saying you should have done better than the woman who cannot speak English. Well, I'm not sure if she could speak English. She's from Dominican Republic. They say you should have done better than her, but she did better than you at the same time. You did better, true, but you said you did your best. But the question here is, I mean, I heard Wessel talk about haters. Are people really haters to tell you what they're seeing, or they tell you the honest truth and you fail to see the honest truth in what they're saying? Because if you have competed in 8-9 pageants and you have never placed, doesn't mean you should give up. Don't get me wrong, don't give up. I mean, obviously you have gotten better in the last one that you did, but you still placed last. But at the same time, is that really your talent, or are you just passionate about it? They say consistency is key, but you must be consistent in something that you're actually good at. That is an interesting way to look at it. Anyways, let's continue.
They thought it would have break me. They thought they would have stopped me from going, but I did not pay them no mind.
What do you think about like being famous? What do you think about that? Being famous? You don't have an answer for that? You have to think. Why you have to think?
What I think about being famous?
Yeah, like you being famous. I'm saying like you're popular.
Well, because of my potential, my positive mindset, my determination, and my blessed heart, certain things I do, it always turns to be in the public eyes, and they always take me for like the clown. Because remember, it's things I do and things that they can do, but they're not brave enough to do it. So obviously they want making me famous in their eyes.
That's true. But Hendrica, obviously, you talk about skill set and this kind of things. It was based on the funny things that people saw you doing, and they hear that you're participating in an international, I don't think it's international, regional kind of vibes. That's why people were shocked, because of your previous performances before. So individuals were shocked about it,
and that's why I become famous. Because remember,
you became famous because people checking, what, Hendrica, what?
Every time I do this, I do that. It can be positive, it can be that. They always say Hendrica this, Hendrica that, and I'm not the first person. So basically, that is what it is in being famous. Dominicans make me famous, so let it be like that.
That's true. Dominican make you real famous, which is one of the reasons why I believe that you should have gotten the popularity award. They gave it to Dominican Republic or Guyana, whoever. I think it's Dominican Republic they gave it to. Maybe they mix up with the Dominica, but it's Dominica, not Dominican Republic, that make the show even more known, and they gave popularity to Dominican Republic. I couldn't. At least you should have gotten that one for sure. But they gave it to the wrong person, from my understanding. Why did they give it to the Dominican Republic in the first place? That had to be a mix-up, man.
Okay, that's good, because I know a video was circulating, and you're the little scoffer,
I saw that one.
I saw a video.
I posted it to the point where I didn't even need to blur out anything. YouTube just accepted it. Now they're probably checking, this is Hendrica, this is just a kicks off.
What? The video that you had a little scuffle with another young lady.
Yeah.
People want to know about that. You drink? So what about that?
There's nothing about that. I'll pass that question.
But
Hendrica,
people say they want to know.
People can say what they want. I will not be answering that question, because
Hendrica,
that's what Dominicans there for.
It's not what Dominicans there for. That is the video that's circulating about you. You think you'll be above all the other celebrities that are out there? First of all, let me leave that alone. But celebrities out there, based off certain things that circulate, they have to answer to what happened. What has happened? They have to answer, and even if you do not want to answer in terms of the squabble that happened, you could just say, I was young, I had a little problem with somebody was videotaping it, and it's a very sad state that I was in at that present time, but I'm moving forward. You could say something of that sort that would showcase that you have grown. But it seems like you just don't want to answer because of the video that is present, and you yourself have not elevated to that standing where you can say, okay, I have understood that I was probably wrong there, or I lied on the person, or the person lied on me, or whatever it is, and you know, and situations happen as a result of this. But you have to show some sort of level of a maturity when it comes down to these things. You're not just not answering questions as if people are going to think, and you want people to change their perspective of you. You had the ample opportunity. I think about close to 900 people was watching that video last night. About 900 people. I myself doesn't even get that when I do live. The highest I got was about 500 and something people watching my live, and you got about 900 and something people, which is on time. You know, not even the Dominican government getting that views. When it comes down to this situation, you had the ample opportunity to explain or to let people see you in a better light, and you refuse to answer it. Continue.
To ask certain questions, and no, I shall not answer to that question.
So you guys scared now? Want to tell people how to ask you what questions for them to ask you? Huh? You come on a show, Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday at Swift Studios, and you just don't want to answer questions? Okay.
Raise up in a good family, or you had your mother and your father together, or...
That's a very interesting question. The way you're asking is kind of, I think that's kind of crazy. You should ask, what was your family dynamic growing up? Did you have your mother? Did you have your father? You're asking if you grew up in a good family. That's a very interesting way to ask the question. But hey, Swift Studios, man. Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday.
It was growing up.
It was very good when growing up. I grew up together with my mother and my father. Still am today. I still with them.
Things are hard, eh? It's not just you escape from your family. What? Things are hard. Stay at your mother home, eh? Yeah, boy.
Also, your mom and your dad
I stay by my mom and dad, yes.
Oh, is they married?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Oh, they're married. Okay. Do you have a boyfriend, or are you in a relationship, or do you have kids? Do you have...
Well, but you went to a mother's pageant show.
Do you have a thing?
Maybe he's talking about, do you have multiple kids, or do you have one kid? Do you have... That's probably what he's asking.
Yes, I have one son. I did mention that.
Oh, you have a son. Oh, how old is your son, man?
He is 3 years old.
Ah, okay. You married?
That's a personal question.
Are you married? How is that a personal question? Are you married? Yes or no? I think she's probably looking at the dynamic that she has a son. And normally in the aspect, I mean, people would most likely want to have children within marriage. But the way the world is turning right now, you tend to wonder if getting married is a good thing. It's a good thing, especially the dynamic where 50% of divorces happen, and it's elevating. But by the way, it's elevating. So in the dynamic of just, hey, I want to have my children, but you know, if you have a good man that you want to have a child with or something like that, don't get me wrong, you know, marriage is always a good thing, brothers and sisters. But at the end of the day, you tend to wonder if that is a good thing. So if they're asking you, are you married? You could just say, yes, I'm married, or no, I'm not married.
I had seen no ring, so I was saying that you're not married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I think like you holding back.
Yeah, this is Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday. What are you holding back for?
You're holding back, man. It's Gossip Wednesday on a
Tuesday.
You know what I'm saying? So when you come on the show, it's gossip. You say what you have to say. Yeah. We're not on Carry FM or Q90.
I'm just answering questions that I fit to answer, and yes, questions I don't want to answer, I won't answer it.
But it's not no answer in Hendrica. If they're asking you relevant questions that is pertaining to your own situations or things people have seen in the past, you should answer it. Whether you regret this thing, that will show some level of humanity. But you just don't want to answer. You guys carry it now?
Okay.
Remember, we are on Facebook Live. So there's a certain questions I refrain. My favorite hobbies are spending time with my son, reading.
Spending time with your son is a hobby?
Staying in my own business.
That is a hobby, staying in your own business.
Helping children. And taking part in pageantry once it have one there, and once it's positive pageantry.
You like that pageant there?
So Hendrica, when they asked you if you're going to continue pageantry, why didn't you just say yes, you would like to continue? Not sure where exactly you're going to be continuing, but you want to continue. You say you have a hobby, something that you like to do. So wouldn't you want to say that you want to continue?
But it's a hobby because
you like
remember it's a hobby.
I find like you like to be in this
No,
spotlight.
pageantry is like a hobby because I always partake in a pageant, so that's a hobby of mine.
But still, it's like still in your spotlight.
Well, but it's a hobby.
Yeah.
Hobby is something you love to do. My favorite hobbies are spending time with my son, reading.
What?
Yeah. So no other thing besides that. You like to go on the beach or river or nothing like that?
Yes, I like to go to the river and the beach, but no.
Why?
Never been there.
What? My battery just died there.
Yes, I like to go to the river and the beach. Yes, I like to go to the river and the beach, but
Yes, I like to go to the river and the beach.
no.
But no.
Why?
Never been there.
Never been there.
You never been there?
I've been there, but not.
Never been there, but I've been there. Yes, I like to go to the river and the beach. But no, never been there. Yes, I've been there.
Like,
Can you swim?
no, I can't swim.
What? Say that again.
I cannot swim.
Where's the checking? What?
And all the things that you like to do, you do like to go out and have a good time and those kind of things.
My days for outing
It's
are
over.
over.
Why?
I'm a mother now, so basically I will stay the mother trend.
So that means mothers don't go out. Mothers are just there inside the house.
So I will stay indoors.
So you rather take
Being
care
at
of
your home
your
is the
son.
best place to be,
Yeah, it's true.
Outing
It's
don't have
true.
nothing.
It's
Outing
true.
don't bring you nowhere.
Well, outing does bring you out, I mean, it does bring you somewhere. It just depends on where you go in. So it's called an outing because it's outing outside. It does take you someplace. Unless she's talking about maybe going outing, you spend a set of money and just waste your money and doing things. Sometimes I tend to wonder why people going out in the first place for real, because sometimes I go to places and then you just see people stand up there just drinking and they stand up watching people. It's like, well, you should watch TV. Stay in your house and watch TV. What you doing outside? You're not even talking to anybody. Anyways, I just watch these things and like, this is what people call it thing. If I have to go out, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun, brothers and sisters.
Well, outing more taking your money, but still, even though you're mother, you have mothers. I know. I just take a little outing. You don't need to go in a SeaWorld.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
you can, go somewhere with your boyfriend and have a good time.
I like the way he include that in. But there's a better way you should have asked that question, because he's trying to find out if she has a boyfriend. You could ask her, what does she think about relationships? What does she think about, the family dynamic? And then she gives her viewpoint, and based on what she's saying, you can challenge her on what she says and then get that information. As a journalist, that's how you tend to rope people into answering questions without them knowing. So it seems like when you ask her when she has a boyfriend, she saw that as a direct question to her and she refused to answer it. Now you bring it back again, about boyfriend and those kind of things there. She's going to then go back into the segment where you was asking about boyfriend, and that I'm sure is what she's thinking about right now. So she's not going to answer the question from my point of view.
So he doesn't have like a date or something like that. It's like Dominicans doesn't have dates. So you never go on a date then. Your boyfriend never to say like bring you on a beautiful date. No, but you can say okay, yes, my boyfriend bring me on a date.
He's trying to get the answer.
It's not.
That's good. That's good that he's trying to do it. But you should have asked it in a more technical way. But you don't screw it up in the beginning. So she's always gonna be on the defense right there.
Nothing sexual I asking you, You know what I'm saying? Is the nothing sexual. If you think I have my limit, just say I can say, hey, I wanna date my boyfriend, bring me on a date or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
there's certain things she's not gonna be answering.
hey, use the mic, Hendrica.
Hendrica, they tell you use the mic.
Hendrica.
Use the mic.
Hendrica, I find like you shaking now. That's your first time? You've been
That
taking
was
part
my
in
first international pageant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, And you think like you'll be doing more of that again?
You asked that question
international pageant or something like that, taking part in international?
You want to talk about a junior?
Or you want to do it local?
That is something I have to decide and think about.
But you said, that's why I keep mentioning that you said a while ago that it's your passion. Are you something you think about? Really?
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking from my understanding of what she's saying from a collective point of view, brothers and sisters. She probably thinking of not participating in any Dominican pageant because the only place that actually gave her some level of confidence or make her a little better when it comes down to pageantry is overseas. This is probably why she mentioned, she mentioned something about Dominica when you're talking about pageant. Dominica is, from my understanding, if I could be wrong in that, but it's like Dominica is not for me. That's what she was pretty much, I'm guessing, from my understanding earlier on. Well, I'm just putting my own thing based off how she was saying it. But that could be what she meant on the basis of that.
In time to come.
Alright. You have to think about everything, man. You.
Correct.
Can't you?
He says, Jupes, the boy check it, that is not our show. Our show is Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday.
This is good, all out good. Keep on sharing the line. You know what I'm saying? We have our superstar in the building.
And Hendrica is on her phone.
She being up, Salisbury, the village of Salisbury. Bawi. So they just give Salisbury people a bad name. What do you think? What are you saying about that?
That's a good question to ask. The way you're asking it is not necessarily good, but that's a nice segue right there.
Oh, they like to block road, huh?
Hendrica is on her phone right now.
What you saying about that? You on the phone? Hey, what you doing? You on live?
Hendrica is on her phone in an interview. Hendrica says she answering people. That is something else. What all you should do, you should tell people not to bring their phones or to leave their phones in a box in front. When you go in, you can get your phone because this is very disrespectful.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Hendrica is on her phone. That's that.
Anyways, callers, we have a new number coming up once we send numbers. So
Hendrica or if no.
This about Salisbury people. Hendrica, about they like to block road on them kind of a thing there. Hendrica
don't even wife,
Hendrica.
Ay.
No, I answer that question. Let's focus.
You live. You live. No, you have to defend. You have to defend your village. You from Salisbury. You have to defend your village. If somebody say that,
that's something else. Okay, guys, my thing just interrupted me there.
And the way you are laughing is making people think like you're making fun of.
But
how I making fun of Hendrica? You know what I'm saying? It's Gossip Wednesday
on a Tuesday.
That is the show.
Obviously.
If all you go and watch all them other shows on them, that's how we do.
That's how they do it.
It's a kicks off.
Exactly.
You come on my show, you have a good time. We kicks off. Not that you come and do. Kicks off.
If Hendrica didn't even know the fees that she had to pay, you think Hendrica would know what she come on the show and do? Hendrica go, hey.
Huh?
Boy,
she weird, man. I don't know. She's nervous. She's nervous or something like that. She's scared.
I don't want to say anything. I'm just answering.
Hendrica, you haven't answered a lot of questions there. Or you don't free to say anything. Simple questions you could easily answer to change the public's perspective on you. Almost 900 people was watching this.
Into questions that are relevant to me because.
No, sometimes you have to.
All the questions you ask you are relevant to you. All of them.
You have a little, yes, you say that, but you have to give the people on them a little, funny thing, man.
That is true, but when it's on me to do it, I will do it. If I see a question that is
big up my partner, big up my partner. Can you use the mic, Hendrica? What was your talent when you were up there?
It's a question that
my talent was a poem.
A poem, can you?
Then I had to do a dance at the end of it, but apparently my music was cut
So
off.
you can give us a little something?
Boy, that is problem you was having on that stage, Jerry.
Show is over, so no.
Do you even remember the poem that you gave?
Welcome back, Urban. What's up?
Urban is on his phone. Oh, Urban is probably trying to make connection for them to give the direct for them to call. Okay.
I think we'll get in a call.
The music.
I think we'll get in a call.
Traditional cultural way, and then
I think we'll get in a call. Can we?
I enjoy.
I think we'll get in a call.
They're indicating getting a call. You know what this reminds me of, brothers and sisters, what she was talking about a while ago, where they were signaling her for her to get off the stage because her time had passed. He's saying we're getting a call and Hendrica is still talking.
I think we'll get in a call. Can we?
I enjoy.
I think we'll get in a call.
You taking me call?
Yeah, I think we're taking that call. Hold on, Hendrica. Hold on, Miss Smith.
Hello, good night.
Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Yes, good evening to you. Gossip Wednesday and Tuesday.
Good evening. Good evening. How's Hendrica doing tonight, Miss Hendrica? How are you doing? I'm fine, hello, thank you. Hendrica? Yes, it is. Okay, my question is to Miss Hendrica.
Caller, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so Hendrica, do you have a boyfriend?
Do you have a boyfriend?
That's personal.
She doesn't want to answer it, man.
Just say it's personal.
Okay, so I would just want to know, who would you put on? You would put it on Weston tonight after you drink that glass of wine?
That call herself not easy, you know. That call her not easy, you know.
If you're not feeling too comfortable with the questions, you just simply say on the mic that you're not gonna answer that, and then we move on. Well, to be honest about that, as we were saying, all right. So, guys, to all the listeners, to all the viewers out there, we would appreciate if your questions are gonna be positive. We would appreciate that, please. Let's take this next caller, please. Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday. Talk to us.
Drink some of that wine, Hendrica.
Yeah, tell her to drink the wine. Hendrica on her phone.
You know, I think I think we should wrap up.
Yeah, of course. You on your phone? Ha! Yeah. I didn't even tell you goodbye. It's the guys we end in the show and I end in the show one time.
Sure. Yeah, let's wrap up that.
That is disrespectful. Disrespectful. You come on the show, they asking you questions with a lot of people watching you, and that is what you do in Hendrica. They say your attitude determines your altitude. That is a fact. Look at how you acting there. You're on your phone.
Let me say that.
No, let's end the show. Let's end the show.
I told them, like, when you call, you know, if it's
this is Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday. They can ask whatever questions they want. Whether she choose to kick off with the questions or she decide to give it some sort of answer, diplomatic answer, it's up to her. But instead she on her phone, brother.
Yeah, that's what they say. But you know, let's to the show, or you.
That's when.
Hendrica, do you want to be a part of the show, or you? Alright, that's what I said. So you need to.
No, but the whole thing is that.
Are you telling people what to ask you? It's up to how you answer the question, Hendrica. It's up to how you answer the. You are the one who's supposed to answer the question. You can answer it diplomatically. You can answer it truthfully. Or you can just say, guys, I feel a bit uncomfortable with the question. Can you move on? Or you give some sort of answer. Do you have a boyfriend? Guys, my relationship status, I believe, is a very private matter. And I would like, until I'm at a certain level, then I will continue. I will answer that question maybe in the future or something like that. Give the people something, but you don't answer any question, which makes people think that you are hiding something.
Okay, that's what I
then
say.
You're on your phone.
That's what I did.
He told you about your phone, and look, you go back on your phone again. Hendrica, go back. Guys, I'm skipping with. Hendrica is on her phone. Still on her phone.
Hendrica, would you like to be in your phone, or would you like to be part of the show? While I tell the
boy, let me show you that.
You
go ahead, caller.
Well, that means we should just end the show.
Yeah, man.
Let me show you that.
Let's just end the show, boy.
Yes, boy. Yes, boy.
Where you going to ban?
End that one time.
Hello?
Take your drink and go, Gasa.
Hello?
You see, that's what I say.
Of course, end that, boy. Big up to Selector Urban for taking a stand and showing the boundaries. You come to an interview and you pull up on your phone. Boy, guys, in the future, when you're doing interviews, tell everybody to put down their phones. The guests should put down their phones in a box somewhere, and then when they go on the interview block, then they would not be distracted right there. They're asking you asking Hendrica important questions that she need to answer based off the certain things that you have done in the past. It's not like when you do certain things, people are just going to pretend, hey, oh no, nothing happened in the past. Answer the questions that can give some clarity to even making the people more support you in the future. Once you clear yourself from certain things, guys, I used to fight before. In the situation you saw me fighting with the girl, you know, I was a bit taken aback. Me, back in the day, I used to fight a lot. If I'm a person that is a peacemaker now, and people say, but Mr. Alex used to fight back in the day. What do you think about all the people you beat up back in the day? I say, guys, back in the day, I used to have a certain level of anger within me, and I used to enjoy fighting. But I realized as growing older, you know, this never solved any problems. So this is why I became more philosophically minded. I realized, guys, the best way to solve problems is not with fighting. Sometimes fighting is necessary, but it does not solve the problems. Therefore, we should find alternative ways to solve the problems. This is why I am a peacemaker today. You know, something of that sort to level it out. But no, you feel like you've been attacked based on the things that people have put there of you doing things in public. It's not people that force you to do things, you know. It is you who choose to put yourself out there in public. You should answer the questions, make people feel a bit more. No, people feel like you're giving people attitude. No, you're on your phone. Guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. I was rooting for Hendrica. I was going to go a little more harder in this one, but I decided, you know what? Maybe certain things we can learn from Hendrica. Hopefully, you guys learn a lot in this reaction vibrations. I know it's been a long one, but I had to definitely break this down and, of course, do the whole vibrations right there. But big up Selector Urban for definitely putting a boundary to this and say it's either you with us or you on your phone. And if you're on your own, we are ending this one time. And he ended it.
Well, that means we should just end the show.
Let me tell you that.
Yes.
Let's just end the show. Boy.
Hello?
Yes.
Where you going, Urban?
End the show, sir. Anyways, guys, do you agree with Selector Urban for ending the show? What are your thoughts on what took place in this video right there? Gossip Wednesday on a Tuesday. Big up Surf Studios for holding this one right there. I was also thinking about trying to go into interview. You know what? I think based on this thing, I don't want no kind of. I mean, I'll be able to think it, but that's gonna be a waste of my time, man. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts on this, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This is all we have here for Brbptv reactions. Be real, be positive. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get all the videos as they tend to come from. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Be real, be positive.